They're really super hard to get out. Let me see if I can get this one here. See, I gotta push down on it, down tight to the carpet, and then pull it out. Look at that. Ooh. And see, we've got storage stuff under here. And we've got them in these long bins like that. I've got one there, one over here, one here. Actually 5 along this side, and then I butted them end for end. So we've got 10. Can you believe that? We've got 10 of these under there. And they have different ones at the store and stuff. But see, when I went to the store, I measured these, and I think they were 6 inches. They were 6 inches, and I measured on the bed. And are all bed frames created equal? No, well, no, they're not. And see, when I measured this one, I've got 5.5 inches now, but initially, when I measured it, I had close to 6 inches, maybe 5 and 7/8 or so. And see, over time, we had just put this bed down on top of the carpets, new carpet, new pad, and all that kind of stuff. And I was able to fit them under there. A little bit difficult, but not as hard as they are now, my word. And that's because over time, your bed frame is going to sink into your carpet and your carpet pad. Now see, here on the front, it's just a round goodie. On the back is a, you see that one down there? It's rectangular down there. And after a while, it just depresses down into the carpet or pushes the carpet. And the pad is pretty stout stuff, but you can imagine at those 4 points, the pad, instead of being this thick, brand new, it's been pushed down a little bit. And over time, since we put these in here, a few months go by, and over time, these settle down just a little bit. And now they're super hard to get in. And see, I told you I had 10 of those, and because this is a king bed, they all fit in here nicely. Now, if you have a queen bed, let's just show you. Let's just show you on this queen bed. Obviously there's not enough room. So if you have those long trays, you could put them from here over, and then you could put in side by side, and then over here you could put them lengthwise, maybe 1 or 2 lengthwise, because you're not going to be able to get them all in there because they're going to stick out. Well, if you get some smaller ones, you can fit them in there. And I'll just show you here real quick. And we got these at Walmart. And see, this bed frame is a little bit higher. See here? They're not as long, right? It's got all kinds of candles in here. She probably doesn't even know all this stuff is in there. And we were able to stick those end for end and line them all up in here. Now see, this bed frame here is 6 5/8 of an inch. And so are all bed frames created equal? No. And see, this is a wood side, basically kind of like the other one over there. And sometimes you don't have bed frames like that. Sometimes maybe you just have the metal frame or something, but you want to measure on there. And if you can get them to fit those containers underneath there, why not? Because you've got all of this extra storage underneath there. Granted, this one has some chintzy little drawers, but that's all the storage you get. If you get those bins, you can put all those in there. And they have different sizes. I had to go to quite a few different Walmarts to find all of these long ones. See, this is the same thickness as that other one, but they're just longer. And then they have actually shorter ones too. So what am I going to do here? Do I say, it's just too hard to get them out? You're not going to use them very often anyways, or you measure your bed frame and you got 5 3/4 and you need 6 inches, it's not going to work. There's no way you're going to want to cut that down or anything at the bottom or anything. And so you can still do it. And what I'm going to do, hey, I always try to figure out a way to fix things. I'm going to take some plywood, and I happen to have some scrap plywood in the garage. I think it's 5/8 of an inch thick, maybe even 3/4 inch thick. I'm going to cut a little square to fit underneath there, and then a long rectangular one to fit underneath that side. And then I'm going to lift this up, and I'm going to put them in there. That's going to raise this bed frame up, however thick those plywood pieces are. And see, underneath the bed, because this is a king frame, see, here's a leg right here, and there's like 3 of them here, and 3, I think there's 9 of those legs under there, but those are screwed up underneath. Like I say, all bed frames are not created equal, and those have threaded rod on there. So I think because when I raise up the 4 corners, that's going to make those feet too short. So hopefully they have enough threads to unscrew to make it go all the way down to the ground again. If not, I might just take some little square pieces of plywood and put underneath those too, because there's no way I'm going to have to struggle to get these out of there anymore. I want to just slide them right out. Okay? And that's my project today. And you know, I'm not going to show you how to cut all the plywood and all that kind of stuff. I will, after I have the little pieces cut, I will show you how I'm going to raise this up, because see, on these sides you got to be careful, because on the bed, on these bed frames, wood, you've got those little knuckle things on the ends, like that kind of hook down, and so I can't just lift the side up to get that. I'm gonna have to move this, and I'm gonna have to reach back in there and lift up this actual piece from right here to lift that up, slide a little piece of plywood. I can't just try to lift this side piece up, because if I try to lift the side up, it's just going to come out of the grooves there, and then I'm going to have to try to fit it back in there and all that kind of stuff. So when I lift this here, I won't lift this section. I'll reach down here and lift from there up, slide the little block under there. Once I put those blocks in, you're not really going to see that block, because it's going to be pushed. It's going to be pushed down. Basically, I'm just all I'm doing is lifting the frame up, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work. Stick around so you can see how I'm going to do this. Now see, I happen to have some little pieces here. Look at that. I can cut it right out of that. And see these extra pieces here? I got those when I was when I demoed this countertop before we put this quartz countertop in here. Remember? If you've been watching all my my videos on this condo rehab, you will have seen that this was black tiles with concrete mortar underneath, with what did it have? It had chicken wire underneath that, and then it had all of that plywood underneath there, and I was able to save that plywood, and I saved it all. And then the big pieces that I happen to have, you know, I ended up cutting them in strips so that I could use these for shelves sometime or something like that. And then I had some small little scrap pieces in this. I didn't throw that stuff away. Sometimes you might think, yeah, you know, Pat Rack Video Joe, but hey, sometimes you got to just save little pieces of stuff. So see, this stuff here is, let's just take a quick measure of this. I thought it was 5/8, could be 3/4. Yep, this is 3/4 inch material. So see, I can use some little pieces out of here, or cut this angled piece. I don't know. I might save that. I'll probably end up cutting out of this piece here, but I'll use some of these other ones to put down there so that I've got something where I can cut this, you know. So I've got a back piece on there so I can lay these down on the ground, and then I can just cut some strips out of that. That's what I'm going to do right there. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos.